Have you ever found yourself thinking, "I'll start when I feel more confident. I'll apply when I know enough. I'll take that step when I'm finally ready"? Maybe it's your career, your health, a difficult conversation you've been avoiding, or a dream you've carried for years. You keep waiting for a feeling that never seems to arrive. But what if the real reason you never feel ready has nothing to do with confidence, and everything to do with how your mind is trying to protect you? Most people believe readiness comes first, then action follows. But what if it's actually the other way around? Today, we're going to uncover the real reason you never feel ready, and why understanding this hidden pattern can strengthen your discipline, bring emotional healing, reduce unnecessary stress, and help you move forward with greater inner peace. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, maybe next month, maybe after one more course, maybe after I fix everything else? It sounds responsible. It even feels wise. But many times, it isn't wisdom. It's protection. Your brain has one primary job: not to make you successful, not to help you achieve your biggest dreams. Its first responsibility is to keep you safe. And to your brain, anything unfamiliar can feel dangerous. A new job, starting a business, walking into the gym, speaking in front of people, setting healthy boundaries, even becoming a more confident version of yourself. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between real danger and emotional discomfort. It simply notices uncertainty. Then it whispers, "Not yet. Wait a little longer. Prepare a little more." The problem is, there will always be another reason to wait. Because certainty is impossible. Do you ever wonder why this keeps happening to you? It's because your mind keeps moving the finish line. Every time you think you're finally ready, it quietly creates a new condition. One more book. One more month. One more improvement. One more guarantee. Eventually, you stop chasing the goal. You start chasing certainty. And certainty never arrives. Real growth begins the moment you understand this. Feeling uncomfortable doesn't mean you're making the wrong decision. Often, it means you're standing at the edge of something meaningful. Instead of asking, "Do I feel ready?" try asking, "Is this simply unfamiliar?" That single question changes everything. Because courage isn't the absence of uncertainty. It's choosing to move despite it. One of the biggest myths we believe is this: successful people felt ready. Look closely at almost anyone you admire. The entrepreneur, the teacher, the athlete, the parent, the leader. Most of them didn't begin because they felt fearless. They began because they decided the discomfort of staying the same had become greater than the discomfort of changing. Think about learning to drive. The first day feels awkward. Your hands are tense. Your attention is everywhere. Nothing feels natural. But after enough repetition, you don't think about every movement anymore. You simply drive. Confidence wasn't the starting point. Practice created confidence. Life works the same way. The conversation becomes easier because you had it. The presentation becomes easier because you gave it. The workout becomes easier because you returned. Discipline habits are built through repetition, not emotion. Have you ever noticed that waiting to feel confident often makes you less confident? Because every delay quietly sends your mind a message. Maybe I really can't do this. But every small action sends a different message. Maybe I was stronger than I thought. That is how confidence grows. Not through perfect preparation. Through repeated evidence. Your future self isn't waiting for perfect conditions. Your future self is being shaped by the choices you make today. Every small step teaches your mind something. Either, avoid this, or, you survived this. And once your mind learns that you survived, it slowly stops asking whether you're ready. It begins expecting you to move forward. That's how real confidence is built. Not before action. Because of it, one of the hardest truths to accept is this: many of us don't wait because we want excellence. We wait because we're afraid. Afraid of failing. Afraid of looking inexperienced. Afraid of making the wrong decision. So instead of calling it fear, we call it preparation. We tell ourselves, "I'm just making sure everything is right. I need a little more time. I'm not ready yet." It sounds responsible. But sometimes, it's fear wearing a more acceptable name. Have you ever caught yourself thinking this way? Perfection promises certainty. But it never delivers. Because once one detail is perfect, Your mind finds another. And another. Soon, you're no longer improving. You're postponing. The people who make progress aren't the ones who never make mistakes. They're the ones who stop treating mistakes like evidence that they don't belong. Every meaningful skill begins with awkwardness. Every expert was once uncertain. Every confident person was once uncomfortable. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask yourself, "What if waiting is the bigger mistake?" That question shifts your attention from fear to possibility. Progress has never required perfection. It has only required honesty. And the honest truth is this: you'll never feel perfect enough to begin. That's why beginning matters more than perfection ever will. Most people believe they need to become confident before they act. But human psychology often works in the opposite direction. You don't think your way into a new identity. You behave your way into one. Every action becomes evidence. When you avoid something repeatedly, your mind quietly builds an identity around it. Maybe I'm not disciplined. Maybe I'm just an anxious person. Maybe I'm not leadership material. Those thoughts don't appear overnight. They're built from repeated experiences. But here's the encouraging part. The same process can work in your favor. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your identity changes a little. Every difficult conversation you finally have, every workout you complete, every application you submit, every boundary you respectfully set, your mind starts collecting new evidence. Maybe I can do hard things. Maybe I am becoming stronger. Maybe I don't have to wait anymore. Do you ever wonder why small actions create such big changes? Because your brain believes what you repeatedly do, more than what you repeatedly say. That's why discipline habits matter so much. Not because they impress other people, but because they quietly reshape the story you tell yourself. And over time, that new story becomes your identity. You don't wake up one morning feeling like a different person. You become a different person, one courageous decision at a time. So, what's the real reason you never feel ready? It isn't because you're weak. It isn't because you're incapable. And it isn't because everyone else has something you don't. More often than not, it's because your mind mistakes uncertainty for danger. And if you keep waiting for fear to disappear before you begin, you'll spend your life waiting for a moment that was never meant to come. Real confidence isn't something you discover. It's something you build. One decision. One difficult conversation. One small act of courage at a time. Have you ever noticed that the moments you're proudest of today were once the moments you almost avoided? Growth has always lived on the other side of discomfort. That's why the real reason you never feel ready isn't a lack of ability. It's believing that readiness must come before action. But life keeps proving the opposite. Action creates readiness. Experience creates confidence. Consistency creates discipline. And every step forward becomes evidence that you're stronger than your fear led you to believe. As you move through this week, don't ask yourself, "Do I feel ready?" Instead ask, "What's one small step I can take today?" Because that one step might become the beginning of a completely different life. If this message resonated with you, share your thoughts below. How are you moving forward, even before you feel ready? If you found value in today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the motivation and healing community, where every week we explore the psychology behind emotional healing, inner peace, resilience, and lasting personal growth. Until next time, take care of your mind. Protect your peace. And remember, you don't become ready by waiting.